So who is David Raskin, and what does it mean to this investigation?
Well, I have two names that people should remember: David Raskin and Kendra Kingsbury. And I bet you that second name is new to you, Lawrence.
I'm writing it down right now. Kendra Kingsbury?
Yes.
Okay.
And you're thinking, why is Weissmann talking about that? So David Raskin, when I heard that he was working on this case, I just let out a huge sigh of relief. As you know, I have talked both publicly and privately about some concerns about the Department of Justice team on this matter. Not that they're not smart, lovely public servants, but they're not who you would go to in terms of sort of complicated, aggressive investigations and trial lawyers. David Raskin is all that. He is like Susan Hoffinger, who is leading the Manhattan District Attorney's case that you referenced. Those are both stellar people who would be your go-to people. So it just made me feel like, okay, the department really gets it. They're staffing this appropriately. And I think the combination of David Raskin with Merrick Garland's integrity and backbone is just an extremely strong combination. Now to Kendra Kingsbury. Who is she? She is a defendant who David Raskin is currently prosecuting. What did she do? She is a low-level FBI intelligence analyst who had classified documents that she kept at her home. And she was prosecuted, and she was prosecuted successfully by David Raskin. The importance of that is not just that it shows that David Raskin knows his way around the courtroom and he knows how to do this kind of case, but it is also really telling that it is this administration that was willing to go forward with a case that is far less meritorious than the one against the former president. We're talking about somebody who was much more low level. The nature of the documents seems to be much less serious in terms of what she kept. There are just all these different types of distinctions. I mean, for instance, there's no indication she lied or obstructed justice, whereas the former president seems to be behind a host of false statements and obstruction. So I think for a department that's going to be looking to treat Donald Trump similarly to other people, David Raskin's going to be able to say, wait a second, I am prosecuting somebody right now who is going to go to jail, and yet we are not going to prosecute the former president. I just think it's going to be a really compelling argument for why this has to go forward. So what I would say is remember that name.
Yeah, and that name plugs into that formula we've heard from the Attorney General repeatedly: no one is above the law.
Absolutely. And, you know, this is where the fact that Merrick Garland is a former judge, and that is the way he thinks, he is going to be looking to Department of Justice precedent. And it is really telling that the person who is, you know, most experienced in this and has the most trial experience is currently prosecuting somebody who is far less serious threat than the former president.